How's it going, everyone? The latest patch for NHL came out, and most of the patch notes involve goalies. So instead of rushing out a video, I played a good amount of games to try to get a good feel for it. I got some clips for you guys as I give my review of this patch. Now, I try and look at both the players' side and EA's side, trying to make it as fair as possible. So I'm going to defend and praise EA at some points and then criticize them in others, because although goalie did improve in a couple of areas, I think the patch did not reach the expectations that the notes say. Some of the problems that the notes say are fixed aren't, and on top of that, some old issues have returned. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the bunny hop glitch from the beta, but it is back. And just to give you guys a heads up, this glitch happens when you play the puck and flick it up the ice with the right stick. So either use the normal right trigger or R2 pass, or avoid playing the puck altogether so that this does not happen to you. Now, before I start going into the patch notes, I do want to give credit to EA that these notes were actually made available a day or two before the patch went live. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but the fact that they communicated the notes early and that they're responding more and more on the EA forums to questions, I think it is a good step forward they're taking with communication, whereas in past years, it was extremely rare if you ever heard from them. Alright, so fixed some issues where a goalie would get stuck in a post lean away from the post. Now, I call this hugging the invisible post. Unfortunately, this is not fixed at all, and for myself, it's actually happening more often now than before the patch. And this is one of the most frustrating problems with the patch, where it says an issue is fixed, but it's not. Fixed an issue where a user goalie would get stuck after getting hit while in butterfly. Now, I called this the frozen goalie glitch. This has not happened to me since the patch. You know, if I'm wrong, let me know. I think this is fixed for now, and if so, good job, because they would crash the net, we get frozen, and it would lead to some free goals at the worst time. Added new post lean saves for more coverage, and improved goalie post lean logic, so goaltenders try to make saves that keep them sealed on the post to prevent short side goals. Now, I have some save animations from the post lean that I think is worth showing. I'm on the post and my goalie does this shoulder shrug to make the save. Now, I made the save this time, but I'm worried about these animations in general. It is taking my goalie off the post. It's leaving a small gap. So just because I made the save that time, I'm worried he's going to keep coming off the post without my input, and it's going to lead to stupid goals. This is what I believe in. If I'm on the post and they shoot at me, I'd rather have my goalie just stay still and let the puck hit him. These shoulder shrugs and all these extra save animations, this is what led to the bug in the first place, where he comes off and leaves the gap. So when it comes to holding the post, I think less save animations are better. If I'm holding the post, I want short side covered completely, period. Like, that's it. That's what I believe in. Updated goalie logic so that goalies will hold their near post on pass attempts near the net to prevent easy short side goals. Now, this is the same as the previous. One time I was holding the post and there was a pass from the corner to the center of the net, but instead the pass went right into me. And instead of my goalie just standing on the post and letting it hit him, he did some like kick animation to try and kick it away. Once again, I'd rather just have it hit me instead of having extra animations, because it's these extra animations that just tend to bite us in the ass. Updated user goalie save logic to help them move into a save when they are requesting to push or move first. Now this right here, this is the biggest change for goalies in the patch, and it is the one main improvement that has happened. I have some clips where my goalie is able to take an extra stride before the save animation kicks in, whereas usually you would get pulled into it from the save animation, or your goalie would not move at all because he's locked into that save animation. I know that would happen to a lot of us on one-timers. So this is the one big thing, like thumbs up, good job. Added functionality to allow goalies to rotate more when coming off the post from the VH to butterfly to make them more square to the puck. Now, the moment I read this on the EA forums, I asked the question, why did they fix a post move from the VH and not the reverse VH? The VH by itself is actually a pretty useless move. It takes twice as long to get into, and on top of that, you can't cancel a VH movement moving from post to post, where the reverse VH, it has that advantage and it has a bunch more. So other people on the EA forums, they seem to agree with me. They wanted a response as well. As of this recording, I have not seen one. If I do get one later, I'll post it in the comments below. The time that could have been spent fixing problems in the reverse VH, which is the post move that everybody uses, was instead spent on the regular VH, which isn't used. If so, it's rarely used by people in the goalie community, and that just doesn't make sense to me. Updates to user goalie save logic on wraparounds based upon requested motion. This is a little bit of vague, like what's the requested motion? What I think it is, at least what people were complaining about on the EA forums, was that when you would move from post to post, sometimes your goalie would switch posts immediately, and that other times your goalie's plant foot, the one he's pushing off of, it would get an exaggerated push animation, and that could delay your goalie from moving across in time. I've only had a couple of wraps since this patch, and I have not had the exaggerated leg push. I think that's what they're referring to. I'm not 100% sure, but let me know in the comments below if that's working for you, because this is actually very important feedback. Updates to user goalie save delay when in good position to make a blocking save. Now, when I first read this, I thought this had to do with snipes across the green. That is not the case, but this is actually something I want to talk about. When the puck carrier skates across the slot, logic says we should follow his movements. He skates a couple feet, we take a tiny step. He skates a couple more feet, we take another step. That is not the case with this game. If they shoot across the green as you are moving, even the tiniest step, your goalie's momentum will pull you out of the crease. So instead, we have to stand completely still, and we have to delay our movement until basically we have far side open, then we can move. That makes zero sense from a hockey standpoint, but it is an adjustment we're going to have to make right now. All we can do is adjust to a mechanic that doesn't make sense. So if we don't adjust, we keep trying to play realistic, and we give up these goals, that's on us. So for now, make the adjustment. We're going to have to be patient in the crease. But if you agree that this momentum mechanic needs to be fixed, keep being vocal about it. Keep letting EA know. Updated goalie logic for softer shots on net so they look to pick it up rather than make a save. Now this has happened to me once or twice, and it has caught me completely off guard. I try to drop to butterfly to make the save, and instead my goalie stands up and plays the puck. And it's actually put me in some pretty tough situations, because by the time my goalie plays the puck, there's guys crashing the net like right in front of me, and I'm worried they're going to poke it right into the net. So I do what every other goalie does. I try and flip the puck out of the zone, and then it leads to the bunny hop glitch, so maybe that's what's making it worse. So I like the idea that they have behind it. I just don't like when it's happening. It's putting me in some really tough spots as a goalie. And last but not least, various crash fixes and general stability updates across all modes. So those are the goalie notes I have in front of me. Unfortunately, the number one issue plaguing goalies, pucks going through us, has not been fixed. It sucks. EA knows about it, but all we can do is wait. And I can understand the frustration, because it's the one thing that pisses me off the most. It's been happening since the very beginning of NHL 17. And as a goalie, our one basic job is to get in the way of the puck. And when we do, you want to be rewarded for it. And when it gets through us, it's very frustrating. Imagine playing a shooting game and the bullets don't go anywhere near where you're aiming. Like, that would make no sense from a shooter. And that's basically what goalie feels like when it comes to that glitch. So right now, keep being vocal about goalie bugs. Keep commenting on videos, keep sending tweets with clips, keep posting on the EA forums. Like, this is how you create change. So in my opinion, this game and goalies in general, it has improved since NHL 16, but we are still a long way to go from having a good game with all these bugs that we currently have. So keep giving feedback, keep letting them know what needs to be fixed, and it's going to get a little bit better year after year. So in my opinion, this patch, some good did come out of it, the ability to move more on one-timers, but it did not live up to the expectations that the notes say. I think that is the fairest review I can give it. Let me know what you think the most important goalie issues are. The next few videos I have are going to be some more goalie tips and, some more Hakuna Matata, be a pro. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.